Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to the Ohio Page Education Network YouTube channel, and for another Ohio Lotto scratch-off stream. Just went to the store here a little bit ago. Went to cash in those last lottery tickets finally that I got, the $5 ones from before. And unfortunately, I didn't have any of the Let It Snow ones. I didn't have any of the, what was the other $5 ones? The holiday times 10 ones, which I really liked. What they did have, and that my cousin ended up getting me because he was the one who grabbed them, was a couple packs of the Set for Lifes, and then a couple packs of the Plinkos, which I wish he'd just grabbed me 20 of the Plinkos, honestly, because it would have been easier to do these ones as 20 packs instead of having 10 of these. And then them also give them 10 of these, but I don't know why the fuck they give them 10 of each is what it is. Just give them one or the other for 20 is what it is then. So, but yeah, anyway, the Set for Life, the grand prize, you can win $1,000 a week for life is what it is, which I think equates out to like a couple $1 million is what it is or something. And then the Plinko ones are, the grand prize is $100,000 on these. So for today's stream, obviously, we are brought to you by Arizona Hard Cowboy Cocktail Watermelon. Because sometimes you gotta drink. I got one of those when I was at Wally World a few minutes ago, is what it was. So, and we'll do that up or whatever. So basically, we got 4 through 8, and then we got 9 through 13 on the Plinko ones for the numbers on those. For the Set for Life, we got 38 through 42. And then 37 all the way down to 33 is where it starts. So I think we'll do these first, honestly, because they're just easier to do. And I think we'll just start out what we did last time, which is basically just pulling these apart, doing them up like individual, basically, because it's just easier to do it that way when these are the larger scratch tickets like this. I wish I had realized that they didn't have the stuff. I probably should have gone to myself, honestly, because if I realized I didn't have the ones I wanted, what I probably should have done was just go to just taking the $100 that I had or whatever, or the 90 I would have got off the scratchers, and then the 10 that I had in my hand that I gave to my cousin, and just went over to Wally World or whatever, and just got 20 out of their machines is what it would have been then, because it would have been simpler to do it that way, honestly. Which I'm not sure how they would pay out at Walmart if that were the case, unless it would be customer service there. Because, like, you think they would have the things, but I don't know if they would be allowed to pay out there, which they should be having to, but who knows? Because you're technically a licensed lottery thing or whatever at that point, if you're having the machines in your establishment, is what it is there. So. Yeah, it's just easier to go to gas stations. So, I've never played this Plinko one before, so we'll find out together how to play that in about 5 or 10 minutes, give or take how long it takes me to do these other ones. So, but if these are a winner, hopefully they will be, but who knows. I know these are both supposed to be with 1 and 4.4. So it'd basically 1-5. My neighbor who lives over that away, about 12:15 this afternoon, was being an ass. I think he might have left for the day to go to work or something though. Because I noticed when I left to go with my cousin to get these and then go to the store, that he did what I did now, which is put a curtain in front of his door or whatever. On his front door, because his front door is kind of like mine, where it's got the like weird open piece of whatever it is there. And if you have like obviously light in the morning comes through, that is what it is. So I noticed his was down when we came back and was what it was. Okay, so basically with these Set for Life ones, we got. You do this right now. Let me go ahead and grab. Do that right to the camera there is what it is. If you guys want to read that, it is if one or more of your numbers match any of the winning numbers, you win that prize shown below the matching number of numbers. Reveal a times 10 or times 20 symbol and multiply the prize shown by 10 or 20 times. Reveal a life symbol and win $1,000 a week for life, which is $1.04 million guaranteed. That has an asterisk thing that talks about back details. So, okay, let's see. Winning $1,000 a week for life must have a ticket or $1,040,000 is reached, or for the lifespan of the prize winner, whichever is greater. Yeah, I think I would just take the payout if that be the case, because I think you can do that in like chunks or whatever then. Okay, so we're basically trying to match the numbers. So we either want a 10 times, a 20 times, or a life symbol on any of these numbers is what it is. Really, we just want a life symbol is what it is. Because I'm not going to lie, being a millionaire or pseudo-millionaire would be nice. At least I can go to this fucking dump and get something decent and to go rent for however many years. So, anyway. All right, so ticket number 33. Our winning numbers are 1, 22, 3, and 8. And we're going to do this like we usually do. I got my basket down here to dump all the little frilly shit in like I usually do, because it's like, otherwise it'll get everywhere. So, just to be clear, I'm not trying to do the old switcheroo on anybody on this. I'm literally just trying to keep this place clean enough. So I'm going to take a little dustbuster later and fucking sweep it all up that way. Okay, so we want 1, 3, 8, or 22 as the winning numbers on these. Or we want a, what is it now? Reveal a times 10 or times 20 symbol. Multiply the prize won by 10 or 20 times. Reveal a life symbol. $1,000 life, okay. Okay, so we want 1, 3, 8, or 22 is what it is. So we got an 11, a 12, a 17, a 14, and an 18. I'm guessing this first one's going to be a loser. And the reason I say that specifically is because usually what I've seen with these is if they do not win on the top row, you usually won't win on the bottom or middle rows either. So 26, 15, 16, 30, 13, 23, which is one off of our 22, a 2, 24, 19, and 6. Okay, so that was basically one off of everything. That's what I figured was going to happen with that particular one, though, so it's not surprising. See, I don't know if the scratchy stuff on this is actually flammable or not. Like it would be if it would be like similar to like the things that are using like match heads and things. Like maybe it's like one ingredient off or something. But either way, I'm gonna grab a drink of my Arizona. The one thing I will say about this cowboy cocktail, if you've never had these, which is obviously another 21 over thing, this to me, like you can basically taste the alcohol in it. Like it just has like hint on top of the watermelon where it is there. So it really needs to be like a watermelon, like it really needs to be like a lot more watermelon flavor in there to like drown out the alcoholic taste of what it is then. Or maybe even take that and mix it into something and make like a margarita with it would be probably pretty good. All right, so next up for ticket 34, our winning numbers are 21, 2, 8, and 24. Okay, so 2, 8, 21, 24. So now we got 18, 7, 23, 17, 19, 30, 29, 26, 1, so this is basically the ticket that should have been the first one, honestly. A 3, again, should have been the other ticket. 12, 6, 15, 4, and 14, so that's also a loser. Okay, so basically they should have at least a winner in the next 3 anyway. If it doesn't, then we know it's fucking completely rigged, unless it would have been, well, even then it would have had to been, let's see, 33, so it would have had to been 32, 31, or 30 then. Would have been winners then. All right, so 11, 17, 28, and 9 are the numbers for ticket number 3. So 9, 11, 17, and 28. You know what's crazy to think is that we were coming up on the 25th anniversary of 9/11 this September. And yet we have more Islamic terrorism in this country now than we did before 9/11. Sad. It's very sad. I've been rewatching Rescue Me the last couple of days, and I'll tell you what, that shit was so spot on in this time period, dude. All right. Starting out, we got 26, 22, 2, 27, 15, 6, 18, 23, 12, 1, 14, 3, 4, 25, and 30. So we got 3 losers in a row right now. So like I said, that could have easily been the 2 before that would have been the winners then. Or would have been one of the winners or whatever then for that set. So let's see. So we got 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. So there should be at least one of the next 2 anyway. And there should be 2 overall. And if there's not, then it's bullshit. All right, so we got 5, 19, 12, and 14. So 5, 12, 14, 19 are the winning numbers for this number 36 one. So we got 24. Oh, we do have a winner here. 19, 2, 18, 28, 6, 27, 15, 30, 23, 11, 22, 1, 12, and 17. All right, so let's see what the actual winners are on this one. So we got 12 and 19 are winners. So 19 is $5. 12 is $5. There's a $10 winner on this one. Not great so far. Especially with the last set we had that were, much bigger than that it was. So nothing else. I might just get like $52 tickets at some point in the future then. All right, so for 37, we got 5, 13, 17, and 1. So 1, 5, 13, 17 are the numbers on this guy. So 27, 8, 28, 9, 14, 2, 12, 11, 18, 24, 16, 6, 3, 4, and 29. So that's a loser as well. So we got our 1 and 5 so far. All right, so 38. We got 6, 12, 19, and 27 for winning numbers. So 18, 11, 30, 8, and 9, 4, 5, 7, 25, and 3, 28, 21, 14, 24, and 16. Man, these are bad ones so far, I'll tell you that right now. I had way more winners than this in the last set. So I don't ever go here again, obviously, if these are not one of these. Let's see. So number 39. Got 5, 21, 4, and 12. So 4, 5, 12, 21 for the number set. 6, 22, 19, 9, 26, 3, 29, 20, or 13, 15, 27, 25, 16, 2, 24, and 17. See, I feel like my logic is right on this then. So if there's not a winner in the top row, then it's not going to be a winning ticket, is what it is. Because I would think like you would almost guarantee a winner in the top row, and then either one in the second or third row. That's what it is. All right, next ticket up. Got 3, 11, 12, 23 for winning numbers. Starting out, you got 26, 6, 15, 18, 7, 27, 29, 4, 30, and a 5, 17, 9, 22, 25, and 14. These are some shitty ass tickets, and I'll tell you that right now. So we should have a winner in one of these two then, guaranteed. Because if not, then they're definitely off on their numberation is what it is then. That's ticket 41. Got 4, 26, 21, 29. That's 12, 17, 25, 1, and 28, 8, 14, 27, 2, and 6, 23, 22, 18, 15, and 24. Okay, so this last ticket better be a damn winner, then I'll tell you that right now. Better be a winner, or better be like at least 30 or 40 bucks anyway. Alright, so we got 1, 23, 24, 27. Okay, so this is the winner, 23, 30, another 23, a 1, 20, 29, another 1, 14, 27, 3, 24. So this has got a bunch of different winners on it then. I wonder if this is going to be one of these ones where it's actually like 20 bucks, but it's like 10 different winners or something on it. Because I've had it before. 26, 13, 8, 28, and 25. Okay, so I guess I was wrong on that one. So let's see. So we got 2 23s, 2 1s, a 27, and a 24. Okay, so first 23 is $5. Second 23 is $1. First one is $1. Second one is $1. 24 is $1. So yeah, they fucked you over on that one. So it's basically $10. Those sons of bitches. See, that's bullshit, dude. Like every single one of those should be a $5 win. It should be like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Fucking scumbags. Yeah, it would have been nice to go one of those 10 times ones. So yeah, so we spent, let's see, 50 on those and got back 20. So yeah, definitely not good odds on these ones for sure. So I'll set those aside for the time being. And we will check out the Plinko, but before we do, we're going to take a sip of the Arizona Hard Watermelon, because my back is really giving me fits today. Okay, so let's see. This is how you play the Plinko game. I was interested. It is, you can win two ways on this ticket. If your revealed path finishes in the finish area, win that prize. If you uncover 3 Plinko symbols across the 3 revealed ship paths, win the prize shown in the legend. Okay. How to play: scratch chip 1 to reveal an arrow. Scratch only the square in the direction indicated by the arrow. Refer to the legend on the front of the ticket. If the revealed path ends in a finish play spot, win the prize amount revealed in the finish play spot. If you reveal a total of 3 Plinko chips, or 3 Plinko symbols, in any of chip 1, 2, or 3's path, win $50 automatically. If the path revealed by following the arrows contains an X, game over symbol, that path ends. Repeat for chips 2 and 3. Okay. So, interesting way to go. Okay, so let's see. So, go right, go left, go down. Find 3 Plinko chips, game over. Okay, so it starts on the blue. It's like with the chip 1 here. Okay, so we go sideways on this guy. Down. Sideways. Down. 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 Another sideways. Another sideways. Down. Other sideways, down, down, sideways, sideways, down. Okay, so path 1 was a loser. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is a very weird game to play, dude. I do not like it. I do not like how to play this. It just seems like a time sink more than anything. Sideways, sideways, down. Down. Over. Down. Over. Over. Down, down. Over, down. Down, down. Yeah, that one's a loser. Okay, so game 3. Go straight down, over, down, over, 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 down, over, over, down, over, down, 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 over, down, over, down. Okay, so that was a fucking loser. Yeah, this is really weird how to do this, man. Not gonna lie. It's quite boring, actually. If I had known that, I would have sent my cousin to get me like 10 of the Set for Life ones, 20 of the Set for Life ones, if they had 20 of them there. So, I am definitely not about this Plinko game, honestly. Like, this is the one where I'd literally just like scratch the bottom and figure out if it's like a winner or not. So, alright. So, let's keep on playing now. So, you got chipset 1. And that's a loser. There, chipset 2. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. Yeah, they did the arrow really weird on that number 1, or that number 2 there. You guys can see that. Just looks really weird. So, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to scratch this against my body now because it's easier to do it this way, so it's not fucking up my back anymore. And it's down, down, over, over, down, over, over, down, over, 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 down, over, down. This one actually might get there. Nope, it's an X. Because of course it is. Fucking piece of shit games. Okay. Yeah, I could see if you like give like a bunch of these to kids, just give them something like to just like have them like waste a bunch of time or whatever, to see if they win something. But yeah, like as an adult, like, and as an autistic adult, like this is like very fucking time consuming when it doesn't really need to be. And that one's also a loser. So let's see. Over, down, down, down some more. Over, over, down, over, over, down again, over, down, down, over, down, over, down, down, over. Oh, this one's finally a winner. Huh. Stick me into finish spot 2 on the prize pools. So, okay, let's see the other 2 if there's any more winners on here then. Okay, over, 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 down, 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 over, down, down, over, down, over, over, down, over, down, over, down, over, down, down, over, over. Okay, so we got at least 2 wins on this one so far. As you guys can, let me go ahead and show you the prize paths there so you can see them. That goes down into the things in the finish there. So I'm assuming that possibly all 3 of these could be a winner. So we'll wait and we'll scratch the last one then. Okay, so this one goes straight down, over, down, opposite way, down again, Other way, other way. Down again, down again. Over, down. Continues down, continues down. Over, down, down, over. And yep, we are 3 for 3 on this one. All right, let's see what the prizes are then. So we finished for the pink, the red, and the yellow. So pink prize is $5. Red prize is $5. Yellow prize is $10. So we won 20 on that ticket. Not bad, not bad. We're only 3 tickets in right now out of 10, so we potentially could win. Well, we're supposed to be guaranteed at least one more win here. Hopefully we can win a couple more times than it is then. But we shall see. This one is crazy so far. It's like just like a weird like over, down, over, down, over, down, over, down, and an X. Okay. Well, it makes me wonder though, because with that one being all 3 of them being a prize win or whatever on that, if it would be something where you would have to have it be that way on all of them then, if that be the case. Because I wouldn't think that you would have like one that's like an over symbol and then have the other like 1 or 2 win something. So, although I have been wrong on that one. So, but we will see. Oh, no, I guess I am wrong, because this one was a winner on the second path. So we got a loser to start with, and then we got a winning pathway on the second one. What is the guaranteed amount on these anyway? Or is there one? Okay, so 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 500, 2,000, 10,000, 100,000. Okay, so that means we got at least a $5 winner then this year is what it is. But we'll check path 3 and see if path 3 is also a winning path or not. Okay, so over, over, down, down, down again, over, down, over, down, over. Huh, interesting. So only one of the 3 was actually a winner on these. All right, let's see what this winning prize is then. Oh, it's $10 winner. Okay, cool. So got at least $20 in winners right here, and that was back-to-back 6 and 7. So let's see if we can go more than that since we got how many more tickets do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So hopefully we can get at least 2 or 3 more winners on this one. That'd be the case. But who knows? All right, so over, down, down, over, 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 down, opposite way, down, opposite way, down, down, other way, other way, other way. Okay, so that first one was a loser, which is bullshit because look at how close that claimed to the Plinko. It was like right here, and this is like the last set, and that's the prize finish. So that was some real bullshit right there. Okay, so over, 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 down, down, over, down, over, down, over, 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 down, over, down, opposite way, down, down, over, over, and that one's also a loser. Man, this one barely gave me a pathway for 3, so I'm wondering if 3 is just a loser immediately then. Unless it would be straight down to the finish. Over, over, down, over, down, over, down, over, down, 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 opposite way, down, other way, down, down. Nope, still a loser. Yeah, can't win them all. Alright. I had a bit of a scratch on that already. Here's some crazy Plinko paths. I wish I had like an over camera above my head right now because this is kind of impossible to do these the right way then. Oh, that one's a loser. Scratch off all the shit. There's what it is. But yeah, so I was rewatching Rescue Me here. I think it was Friday afternoon because I started watching a while ago. I watched like the first 2 seasons, like a year or so back now. And then I started watching. I watched like first season, I think is what it was, and then I started watching the second season and the third season now. And I'm all the way up through like. I think I kind of skipped season 4, but I'll go back and watch that here pretty soon. Because I was watching some of season 5 today, is what it was. Which is where it really started getting good. That's when they had Black Sean in it, and it was just funny as hell then. Actually, that show was just funny as hell in general. Like, it was mostly, like, some people would be like, oh, it's so racist or whatever the case being. It was like, the thing is, though, it was racist against everybody. So, that's what made it, like, funny, actually, is because it was like, instead of people being all offended and being like, oh, I'm going to call the union rep on you or whatever the case be, it was like, no, like, you'll just take it and give it back to him immediately is what it is then. Which is what society needs to be again nowadays is what it is. That's why when you look at 9/12, 2001, we were the best country ever back then. This is also a losing ticket. Because you had a bunch of pussy-ass bitches in power then. You had a bunch of strong-ass men. Doing what needed to be done back then, unfortunately. You had a bunch of you had a bunch of strong-ass men that was willing to go to war. They were all willing to go to war for this country, but then the problem is they got hoodwinked because they went to war and died and killed off their gene pool instead of, staying here and arresting the scumbags who were actually behind that fucking terror attack. So, yeah, that's a losing path. Alright, path number 2. Over, down, over the other way, down, down. Still down, over, down, over, down, down, and a losing path. Yeah, I mean, this still could be a winner on number 3, though, what it is. Just depends if they go straight down or not. Nope. Got me 1 before it. Damn. That's too bad. Alright, so we still got 3 tickets left. Hopefully one of these 3 is another winner. Because otherwise, I really got fucked on these. So, because right now I'm only 30. Yeah, I only got half of the money I had right now then. So, I'm winning right now. So, but yeah, Rescue Me is one of those really good shows. That's what it is. Like, it had good writing, it had good acting. I think Dennis Leary, for the most part, did it. Like, I don't know who exactly casted that show, if it was him or if it was all the people involved in it. But they really did cast a good group of guys there, because I can never imagine it being other guys and the dudes that were actually cast in those roles. So, that sounded crazy. It sounded like somebody just knocked a bomb or something. I don't know if it was that guy, dude next door, or if it was somebody moving in behind me right now. Hope that's not the case. I wouldn't think he'd move in on the 22nd of a month either. It'd be kind of stupid, honestly. But who the fuck knows? Okay, so far we got 2 losing paths on this guy. Yep, all 3 of us are losers. Shit. Okay, so we got 2 more to go then. But yeah, Rescue Me is one of those shows where it was like, it started out a bit slow, I think, like truthfully in season 1 it did. But then it just got like really, really good the longer you watched it. And it really was one of those shows that, like, looking back, like, it kind of needed to be marathon format, like a lot of the streaming shows are now. Which I don't understand how some of these streaming shows, like The Pit and stuff like that, are not just doing theirs as like drop everything at once, because it's like, dude, you're not fucking broadcast shit. Like, just drop everything immediately. It's just dumb. Okay, so this one's the winner. At least one path anyway. Let's see if path 2 is or not. And then path 3, obviously. But yeah, Rescue Me had pretty much everything. He had like blatant racism against pretty much everybody, it seemed like. And that's what made it funny, because the way that they, you know, did the stuff or whatever. I actually think it was like, I think it was season 3. You had a cabbie who was obviously an Arabic cabbie and stuff like that. And he was getting into it about like the 72 version thing. It's just funny. So, which I never really got that myself either, because like, I get you want like pureness and stuff, but at the same time it's like, dude, you're a fucking jihadist piece of shit that just murdered a bunch of innocent people. Like, you're not going to heaven, you're going straight to hell and getting a hot poker up the fucking ass by Satan, bitch. So, okay, so we got 2 winners on this one then, which was 1 and 3. I think before I reveal the prizes on those ones, I think I'm going to do this final one too, just to see if 13 is also a winner or not. If it's not, it's whatever, but I just kind of want to see if it'll be like 2 in a row like the other ones were. So, man, this is going all over the freaking place. Yep, that was a loser on that one. That was also a loser. And let's see if we can go 1 for 3 on this one or not. Down, down, over, over. Down, over, down. Down, down. And loser. Okay. So going back to number 12 then. We had blue and we had yellow. And we got another $20 winner to finish this stream off with. So that gives us 20 there, 10 here, so that's 30. Another 20 there, so that's 50. Didn't I win another one of these, I thought? Or did I win about that one? Just check just to make sure. Those are X's, those are X's. I thought I won more than 3 times on this. Those were X's. Those were X's. Those were all game overs. Okay, so I'm gonna figure this out then. So 6, 7, 12. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that was only 3. Okay, so we got 50 here. And then what was the other ones here that won? This is 10, I believe. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got $10 here. So that puts us up to 60. And then this would be 70. I don't think we want any other ones here. So actually I have better luck with the Plinko ones. I don't make it enough. So we're down 30 right now. Which we're technically down 10. This is the last set. So, yeah. So 70 is what's left right now. Which really, minus 10 would be 6. So we basically are, off the initial set, we're 60. So, yeah. Not great, not super terrible, but you know, it is what it is. So, I don't know what to say, man. It's an interesting kind of deal there. So, you know, I wish it was more, obviously, in all those ones. But, you know, if nothing else, what I think I might do now is next time around, I may just hit up like a Lotto scratch off thing or something, and just get like 20 of the tickets out of there or something. Or even just go to a different gas station and see if they have the old Clark Griswold Christmas Vacation ones. You just get like, I don't know, a shit ton of those ones is what it is then. Just get like 35 of those or something out of the $70 or something. So, but yeah, like I was saying earlier, though, Rescue Me is an interesting series. It was a very good show in this time period. Set a couple years after 9/11 happened, and then went to, I think it was like 2004 maybe is when it started, and then it went to like 2011 or 12, I believe is what it was. So, but yeah, good show overall. It seemed to pull no punches. The only thing I would give it a minus on is the fact that it was on FX, so they had to tone down the stuff a little bit when it came to, you know, like not being able to say fuck basically, but then also not being able to show tits and ass and everything else like that's what it is, because there was a lot of sexual stuff in that show, dude. Like pretty much every single one of the characters that were the firefighter guys were always getting laid, and the fact that you were able to show like no nips at all, which kind of irritating as well. I feel like that should be a requirement for most shows, actually. Like, especially ones that would be on like an HBO or something like that's what it is there. For like any lead actors, it should be like contractually obligated to show at least like, I would say at least like one nude scene per season or something like that's what it is there. But anyway. So, but yeah, good series overall. It's one of the few shows I think they could actually just bring back right now if they wanted to, just because of how it ended. You could easily bring it back into like a modern New York, essentially is what it is there. and just have it be something where it's just set in like modern time period. So wherever it ended in like 2011, 12, whatever it was there, you could easily just bring it back here in like 2026. That's what it is. And you just basically, you would like the first season would essentially be catching up with like the cast again is what it is there. Like obviously by now you would have had Dennis Leary's character retire from it. And then you would have had like all these other guys moving to different positions and stuff like that. The younger guys that were the dudes at the time could easily be in like various lieutenant roles and like various like chief roles and stuff like that now, like 15 years on, because they would have like 15 more years of experience as it is there or whatever at the FDNY. So yeah, it could be a really interesting series. It probably wouldn't be as good as the original just because the cast would be a bit different, obviously. But it could still be, like, if you have, like, the same writer and, like, directors and stuff like that, you could probably have a pretty good show for all of it is there. So, but, yeah, other than that, though, for this stream today, obviously we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 winners. We had 2 winners on the Set for Life ones. Both of those are $10 a piece. And then we had 3 winners on the Plinko scratchers, which was one was 20, one was 10, and another one was 20. So yeah, we got 70 over a lot of these. So definitely, I would say truthfully, if you're ever gonna play any of these kind of games like this, dude, either get, like I said, you either buy like 20 of these, or you buy 20 of the Plinkos, or you buy 20 of the Holiday Cash, or you buy like 20 of the set or the other ones, whatever it is there. So yeah, basically for spending $100 today, we're down 30 right now is what it is. So, which now granted, that being said, 90 of that was in scratch off winners from the past time. So really we're only down 20 off the scratch offs, but we're down 30 overall is what it is. So if I'm going to redo this again at another $100 go or whatever, I would have to throw another 30 into the mixer is what it is, which I don't know if I really want to do that or if I just want to, like I said, go maybe do like a $2 scratch thing or whatever it is there. So I don't know. It's just whatever, man. So, but yeah, if you guys get a chance, though, I would say hit up the torrent sites and watch Rescue Me, man, because it's a good show. You know, some people out there will say it's not, or some people have like barely given it a chance. I know Corey was one of these people that barely gave it a chance before. He said he didn't enjoy it. He enjoyed some of the clips from it, obviously, but he couldn't like get into the first season of the show. And I can understand that. You know, like I said, and if you go through it, obviously, like I would say truthfully, like really the first season of Rescue Me, I feel like more or less just sets up like character background stuff is what it is there. But like if you had somebody like tell you like straight up, be like, okay, this is who this is, this is who this is, etc., you could just skip the entire first season of that show and then just go straight to season 2 on, and that's when it gets interesting because obviously you got like so many other good storylines there. You know, really, I mean, if you look at the way season 2 ends, it's justifiable homicide, and then of course in New York City, which is very ironic given that the way that they were talking in that series, they were obviously buying a gun off the street is what it is to kill the guy that killed the one dude's family is what it is there. I'll leave it at that because I'm not going to go any further than that is what it is there. For those that haven't seen the show, even though it's, you know, like I said, over 20 years old at this point now. But still, very, very good series in general. But actually, I think probably one of the funniest scenes from that show. I forget if it's in season 1 or 2. It would either be late season 1 or maybe early season 2, I think is where it's at. And it's them doing like sensitivity training. It should be here on YouTube actually, if you want to watch just the clip of it is what it is there. Because it's basically like some dude, because they end up getting, I think it's like a diversity hire or whatever in their fire station because it's a chick obviously. Then they all have to go to like diversity training or whatever it is there. Or like sensitivity training is what they call it at the time or whatever. and it's basically them like babbling on about different things, and then it's like them basically going off on like a bunch of different stuff and just like spewing like racial slur after racial slur after racial slur is what it is. But it's funny because they're not doing it as like, you know, it's not like them like insulting someone like to their face or whatever the case be. It's just them like throwing out like different racial slurs for different racial groups and ethnic states as what it is there and whatnot. So that's what makes it funny is what it is. Because then you just see the teacher guy just like freaking out and being like, "What the fuck, man?" So yeah, but yeah, such a good show, man. Such a good show. And it's sad that you have to go back like 20 years or more into the archives and vaults and stuff like that of TV history to even find something worth watching that's not, you know, woke as shit and has like some gay/trans agenda to it anymore. So, actually, I feel like if they were going to bring back Rescue Me, it would have to be like a streaming service that would have to do it or whatever, then that would own like FX or whatever, because I don't think they can put it on FX again because it would definitely get canceled off there after like the first season, what it is, or maybe mid-season the first season, because there's so many piece of shit leftists now that would love to cancel something like that's what it is there and try to reignite cancel culture. So, but like I said, I think next time I'm definitely gonna do another one of these Lotto scratch off streams. I think next time I'm gonna try to go someplace either has the holiday cash ones again, or I would simply cash these in for cash and then just go to a scratch off machine and just buy like 20 in a row of the holiday cash ones if they have 20 in the machine is what it is there. So, but yeah, so I think that's going to be my plan right now. We'll just be doing that stuff, whatever the case be, at some point in the near future. I know we got a little bit of snow last night that I think became rain this morning is what it is, because it's been kind of dank outside all day. And then that rain turned into, when I was out with my cousin, like literally right as I was leaving the apartment today, there was like little like, it was almost like little like teeny drops of snow where it's like raindrops almost, but it's like snow instead of rain. And yeah, I was basically just like pissing snow more or less for about 20 minutes or so, and then it let up a little bit, and then we had gone in the store, and I don't know if it was doing anything when we were inside or not, but it was snowing a little bit when we were coming back out, and then got everything in here, and I don't know if it's doing anything right now or not outside, but yeah, it just feels like a shitty day in general. I'm not going to do a Slicey Boy stream today, just for those interested. I was going to do one yesterday, but I was just so exhausted, man, because I don't know if I just didn't get enough sleep on Friday night or what it was, because my back, I really need to get another chiropractor this activator method, because the chick I'm seeing right now is what it is. I've been seeing her for about 10 years now or so. I think the problem is she gets paid just enough to do my adjustments from the insurance company, but they don't want to pay her any more than that. And so she'll basically half-ass it. And there's been, I think out of the times that I've seen her in the past like 6 months, which is about 8 or 10, I think she's adjusted me perfectly once out of that 8 or 10 times is what it is now. But yeah, last time I was up there, she hit me mostly good on this side, and then she hit like right on this side, but she didn't give me like right where my tailbone sits right here. There's a spot on this side, like right above it, and like to the side is what it is there. To the left, basically above my kidney is what it is there. That would be like, I think that's right where one of my vertebrae is messed up or whatever the case be, or like the generating whatever it is there. She should have hit me about 3 or 4 more times, like just ding, 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 ding in a row right then. And if she had done that, it would have popped it right back into the proper place or whatever there, but she didn't do that. And so, yeah, the last like about a week now or so almost, I've just been really painy in the side there is what it is, and I'm kind of slanting a little bit like this is what it is now, which is not good. So, and then of course I'm still looking for another place to move to when my stuff expires here. If I can get a new place, it'll be the end of March. I'll have to move out here then is what it'll be, but if I don't do it before then, it'll be, I will really, if I can't find a place by like the 15th or something, I think is what it is, I'm mostly going to just text the landlord then and just be like, hey, well, I might even just do it March 1st if that'd be the case, and just be like, hey, I'd like to go month to month as of April, because I don't think I'm going to move out here before midterm primaries is what it is there. And then that way I can just vote from here come May, and then just do April, May, and then probably, I'm thinking maybe June too. It's like month to month. And then hopefully find a new place by like, July 1st is what it is then or something. Because ideally that would be the time to move, obviously. And plus, at that point, if we'd have something pop off before then, or whatever the case be, let's say we're in like full blown civil war, like Islamic terror attack, whatever the case be, I think all bets are off at that point, obviously. So anyway, but yeah, I think the plan right now is going to be sometime in the next few days. I think probably I'm going to talk to my cousin and see if he's available this coming Friday. Maybe try to do another adjustment on Friday with my chiropractor up there then. And if nothing else after the fact, I'll go to someplace on the way back or something and just get a bunch of the holiday times 10 ones or something, so it'll be then. Because like I said, these, I will say, these set for life ones, these are like the base minimum where it's either you're going to get the winning ticket or you're going to get like $10 is what it is. And when you got odds of 1.44, or sorry, odds of 1 in 4.44, so it's like odds of 1 in 5 basically. And you're only winning like $10 when you're spending like, potentially 50 is what it is there. Like that does not equate to anything, dude. Whereas, like I said, with the Plinko ones, you had 2 $20 winners and a $10 winner on those ones and 10 tickets. So, or no, wait, did I say 50? 25. I'm retarded. These are not $10 tickets, they're $5 tickets. So yeah, you would spend 25 to win 10 then. So you're losing 15 every time is what it is then. But yeah, I think the other ones were a better set is what it is though. If I had known that, I would have just had my cousin get me like 20 of the Plinko ones then, because I guarantee you had 20 Plinko ones there. But anyway. So yeah, we'll take these ones in, get them done up, do a little bit more money on the stuff, and then probably get another 20 of the holiday cash ones in the future. But other than that, I might do a special Slicey Boy episode maybe tomorrow or Tuesday, depending. And it would just be a single knife. It would be one knife at that point we're going to discuss, which would be a cool ass fixed blade. But yeah, other than that, it'll be most likely next Saturday. I'm thinking will be the next Slicey Boy episode. That's what it is. So I got some cool new shoes Friday from Amazon because my old New Balances, when I went to get my stuff from Rich's place that night, I think my sole on the top of the one shoe was already kind of wearing away or whatever. And then like the whole side, basically, when I slipped in the ice that was out there at the time, it just got completely like tore away from the bottom of the shoe. So I'm going to try to get some stuff and do like some pitch glue or something on the bottom of that or whatever I would need to do it and just like redo the sole on that one. Because my cousin's like, oh, you're just going to toss those shoes. And I was like, fuck no, dude. They're worth like, I think when I bought them, they were like $250 or something like that. And I've had them for like 5 or 6 years now, but even still, like, they still have life left in them. They just need a new, just need the sole basically glued back together is what it is there, and they'd be fine again. And the reason I say that is because these new ones I got a size larger than the ones I used to have, but the problem is I didn't get a big enough width on them. And so if I don't do wide on mine, because the way my feet are with being flat-footed and stuff like that, they basically my size of my feet will go like this upways is what it is on the edges of the shoes, and then they'll just like wear, and eventually that's how you get blisters and shit on your feet. And I'm not going to have that be a thing is what it is. Now, granted, that being said, I also got a pair of boots in that order, which seem to fit pretty much perfectly. I haven't worn those out yet is what it is. So I figure if it snows though today and coming days is what it is now, I'm going to have to wear those out just to like not hurt myself or whatever then. But that would be the kind of footwear to have is what it is then, in case I would need to do a hike or whatever the case be. So I really need to get my life in better shape. I need to stop eating the shit that I bought today is what it is, and just go with a better game plan and meal prep and things like that. And hopefully, if my back does get fixed the way it needs to get fixed, I'll be able to do that eventually. But I don't know. I'm kind of fearful right now because I feel like I might need back surgery at some point in the future. I know I definitely messed my spinal cord up bad when I had that black ice fall like 15-ish years ago now is what it was. Because that just completely I think that's what basically caused the degeneration of my discs in my back is what it is. Because it just, when I fell like directly straight down to my tailbone, and you could just feel like that crunching of it. Because it was after that is when I met the guy who did the activator method, because I was literally bent completely over, and I'm not talking about like this. I'm talking about like I was bent like this, like walking in that kind of position into the place. When I met Dr. Dan, who did the activator creation, and then it was within an hour because it took me about a half hour or so for him to adjust me, and then it was like another like 20 minutes or something on this table or something is what it was to like work out my entire back. And when I went in like this, I literally came out like that, and I had a tear in my eye because he was able to fix me the right way. And that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, chiropractic is one of the best medicines that we have as a society right now that people don't even realize. And I feel like the problem is that a lot of these activator guns and stuff like that exist out there, they need to be put on the market better is what it is, because I don't know why the hell Amazon's not selling a slightly more expensive one that would be like a loaded, like a load up yourself, whatever kind of one. Because all the ones they have are like pull it back and then do it that way or whatever. But the problem with that is that number one, you have to have somebody actually do that as a secondary person to the first person. And then those don't even do like half of the like knockable hits that you do with the actual like pop kind of like auto reset kind of gun is what it is there. So, because really what it is just a little spring piece on the bottom of it, like a rubber piece that you just like shove into the joint is what it is there, and just like knock like that is what it is. So, but yeah, that being said, I know I'm rambling on right now. I think it's because I'm partially shit-faced. Just to be clear, it does not take a whole lot of one of these to get me kind of in a drunken state, man. At 22 ounces, I think that's probably more than enough to get me feeling pretty good, and I think I'm feeling pretty good right now is what it is. So I must be feeling a little tired right now. It is almost 4 o'clock, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call this one for today and give my cousin a call, figure out what's going on next week, and see if we can go to do a chiropractor adjustment kind of thing, and then just go and get these tickets done up by Friday is what it is there. If nothing else, go and get a bunch of different ones or whatever then. So, but anyway, yeah. So, like I said, the Plinko game is not bad, but it's actually a little boring for a scratch-off ticket. I would much rather just have it be like a normal thing, like here's a set of numbers, do your numbers match kind of thing is what it is there, because when you start doing like weird stuff, it just makes it weird is what it is as a game. And like I said, unless you're gonna buy like a bunch of the Plinko ones and give them to kids as like a birthday gift or something like that, to like shut them up for like, I don't know, like a half hour or more or something while they're scratching the stuff, like that's pretty much all they're good for is what it is. And I totally get why people, will just simply scratch off the barcode at the bottom and just like scan it to the thing is what it is and see if they want or not. Which to me, that is like the worst case degenerate gambling, because like what's the point of doing that when the whole point of the scratch off ticket is to actually scratch it off and see if you've won, not just, I'm going to scratch the bottom of the barcode here and then scan it through the scanner thing and it'd be like, oh, nope, not a winner. Or that just says winner or whatever on it. And it's like, yeah, doesn't that just defeat the purpose of what it is, man? Like, it's just stupid. So I remember there was a when I was growing up, there was an IGA in the town I used to live in as a kid, and most of my adult life there is what it is until a couple years ago when my mom passed. And it was after they had, I think it was after they had changed from an IGA to, I think it was a Save-A-Lot for a little bit or something. Now it's some weird like Dollar General, Dollar Tree that only half of it's actually open. But yeah, when it was the Save-A-Lot, they had brought in one of the Lotto machines there. And I remember one time they had a little trash can that's similar to about this size trash can right here that I have. And it was sitting right next to the scratch off machine, and I was like, that's weird. But then I realized it was for people when they were taking the wet wipe things, like wiping off their carts and shit. It was for them to toss that in there. But then there'd always be like, every time I went in there with my mom, there would always be like just like this stack of scratchers that people like tossed away or whatever. And there were several times where I would like look around and be like, okay, nobody's looking. I know there wasn't cameras at that time. I would just grab the losing scratch offs just to put through on the lottery website there and build up points that way is what it is. But there were some times where there was like winners in there that weren't winners because it was somebody done the bottom scratch part and then just scratched it in the machine or whatever, seen it in the machine and got like another ticket or whatever it was there. So, but yeah, all these losers I've been accumulating recently. I don't know if I still have my original account on the Lotto thing or not, but I will basically take all of these losers right here, put them in a bag that I have sitting over there right now, and then in the next like probably a few days or so, I'll actually grab all those out together, do a scratch off of all the bottom things so I can reveal the number sets on them is what it is there, and then from there I will take that and quite literally just put them all in probably a new account there is what it is and see if I can get anything off the Ohio Lotto thing. If nothing else, they would just send me like, oh, here's like, a free $10 or $20 ticket. Like, that'd be cool. So, which really that's what they need to be doing to me right now. What it is, it's like, hey, you want to make me a real degenerate gambler? Just send me like free Lotto tickets, dude. So, I kid. Again, this was all for science, man. Like, I think right now, honestly, like I've only put like, I think since I really started this experiment, I think I've won enough to where I never had to put my money back in until this last time around is what it is then. So then it would just be 2 times now is what it is. And then if I don't, I think what's going to happen is I will get, like I said, like 20 worth of, maybe I'll do a little bit more, not even, maybe I'll do like 30 or something this time around or something. So it'd be like 150 I'll spend or whatever. And then if I don't make back that 150 in this next set or whatever, then whatever I do come out with, then I will just simply stop at that point because there's no reason to go, past that as what it is there because that would just be Looney Tunes at that point. So, but yeah, it'd be interesting to get like 20 or 30 or whatever then. So actually I'm trying to think about that now. Actually what I might do if I go that route instead of doing that, getting like 30 tickets or whatever, what I might do is I might get 20 again of the $5 scratchers and then maybe like take like another 50 and put it into like 25 $2 scratchers like the Christmas vacation ones that they have those still. And then see if I can win like a bunch off of those then is what it is. And that will be 2 different streams at that point, obviously. Like one will be the $5 scratchers, the other one will be the Christmas vacation ones as a different stream then. Because that way I could actually do them both as like potential revenue streams, which I don't make any money off YouTube anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But like if I ever did, like, there's a thing, there's what it is. As it is, these cocksuckers at YouTube still owe me like, I think it's like $75 to $100 or something for my AdSense that I never received. So, which I know I'm never going to see a dime of that shit. Really, if it wasn't for that little bitch Logan Paul, I'd probably have at least $100K worth of money from YouTube. But of course, his Suicide Forest stunt, like, what was it, like 12, 15 years ago now? Fucked over everybody, including me. The fact that YouTubers at that point just beat the fuck out of that guy permanently, just cripple his ass for life at that point then. is really the problem entirely, because he costs all of us money, costs all of us fame, fortune, etc. there. Because it got everybody shadow banned, so that his bitch ass being banned for life from the platform. So, I digress though. I know at some point I will get my revenge on his ass for sure, because he's definitely on the revenge list at this point for, you know, hey, you fucked me out of money. Now I'm going to fuck you permanently is what it is there. So, yeah, both him and his shitbag brother Jake are two of the biggest fucking scumbags ever. So, anyway. But, yeah, on that note, though, we've been going for just over an hour now. So, I did not see this. Apparently there is a status update there for it. That's cool. Check that out later. But, yeah, like I said, though, this was an interesting stream. It really does show that not all of these tickets are as good as the others are, is what it is. Because, like I said, I think honestly, my biggest win so far was either the holiday cash times 10 ones, or it would have been the let it snow ones, monetary wise. Or no, wait, actually, would it have been the $1 scratchers? No, I think about it, because I think I won like almost 100 on one of those ones, is what it was. So, I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter. What matters is that we are getting to a point now where we're going to definitely do, like I said, I think another one of these $5 ones. I would never go 20. My cousin, the cousin that takes me out here to go do stuff, his brother, he was telling me his brother and his dad, they'll both do like the $20 and $30 scratchers, and I'm just like, that's insane, dude. Because the thing is, even with those ones, like, I think most of those used to be a guaranteed one. It was like either 1 out of 1, or it was like 1 out of like 1.5 or something like that, or it was like 1 and 2 at most or whatever then. So if you bought like 2 of them, you'd have a guaranteed win or whatever of some kind. But now they're basically like these $5 ones. It's like 1 in 4 or almost 1 in 5 is what it is there. So it's like, yeah, why would you spend like $30 on something where you have to basically get like 150 worth of them just to be guaranteed to win at least 1 out of the 5 is what it is then. Or 1 out of the 4, whatever it is there. So it'd be at least $120 then or something like that. Now, granted, you could also be a millionaire when it's all said and done, but, you know, good luck with that one, what it is there. So, although it would be cool to do, get just like a whole roll of these set for life ones or something like that and just win like $1,000 a week for life. It's like, oh yeah, I spent like, you know, $500 on these or something like that, but now I'm a fucking millionaire. So, just to be clear on that one, if I actually did win, nobody would fucking know it, because I wouldn't say a damn word. I'd just be like, yeah, that's just another loser. And then I would literally, like, what would happen is I would literally be like, oh yeah, it's just another loser, and just like immediately set it aside is what it is there. Or just like move the camera or something and just like set it to a different spot or something. So that way I knew it was going to be a guaranteed winner is what it is then. But it'd be fun to have money for once in my life. I don't know though. I feel like I would definitely, if I could change history, I would definitely want the law back in my life right now is what it is. But unfortunately, the only way I do that would be literally have a time machine and go back before she took the COVID death shots and stop her from ever taking Pfizer's bullshit in the first place. Same thing with my uncle. Be like, no, Uncle Ralph, don't take them. Unfortunately, they were both peer pressured by other women in my family. So, Yeah, it just sucks, man. But like I said, hopefully I'll be able to find a different place than this place pretty soon and move on from here in a few months is what it'll be and go from there basically. So everything put in bags, and I got some bins over there still I need to fill up with a few things that are in this room right now. Start filling all that stuff up pretty soon and go from there and just have a set of totes ready to go. If anything else, if I have to buy a few more totes, I'll buy a few more totes. That's what it is. Most likely I'll just go to the store and buy them this time around because I noticed with the ones I got off Amazon, I don't know what the fuck they're thinking anymore, dude. Like every single one they have on that's like a 6-pack and it's like $90-something now or something for a fucking 6-pack of totes that aren't even that deep either. Where I can literally go to a Wally World and I can buy like roughly about the same amount of them, same gallon size, etc. Different, slightly different build of them or whatever there, but they're like the same depth and everything, and it's like maybe like half that price. So I don't know what the fuck Amazon's thinking. Like they must be smoking some kind of crack or something. Is what it is there. So anyway, but yeah. On that note, that's where we're going to be at for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this Lotto stream. Like I said, we got out of the $100 worth of tickets we scratched here today, which was 20 tickets. 10 of them were the set for life. 10 of them were the Plinko. We had 2 set for life wins that were 10 apiece, and then we had 3 that were Plinko wins that were 2 $20 winners and a $10 winner. So got back 70 out of our 100 is what it is there. But anyway, on that note, I will see you guys. Like I said, if I do a Slicey Boy stream, I might do one tomorrow as like a special Monday edition or something. If I don't, it's not going to be till Saturday, and I'll just do a few knives at that point. That's what it'll be then. So I think in the future, after I do the next 1 or 2 of those, I think I'm just going to start doing like maybe like a single knife per episode or something, so it'll be then. And if nothing else, we can just do it the correct way. We can actually go down to like YouTube Shorts is what it'll be then. And then it would be, you know, if I can do those in like that short format or whatever, I can actually maybe make some money off of YouTube then is what it'll be. Some revenue or something there from the shorts is what it'll be or something then. But who knows, man. So anyway, I don't know. It is what it is. I'll be back, though. Till later. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Stay safe, stay vigilant, all that good stuff. And have a good one, y'all. Later.